First of all, everybody put your hands out in front of you just like you're sleepwalking. All right? And now say out loud, this is the last time I'll ever sleepwalk. I'm ready to live my life awake and aware. I'm ready to be present and to give the very best of what I've got to give. Now everybody take your hands and turn them in that direction so the thumbs are down. Put one over the other. Lace your fingers together. Now, you've probably all played this game where you pull them through and somebody tries to tell you which finger to touch, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, now everybody do exactly as I do. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, you've just showed me exactly what I needed to see, and that is we're going to have an awesome time. So give yourselves a great big hand. I have a kind of a weird background. I was... at one time, not too many years ago, I was the official hypnotist for MTV's Spring Break. Wow. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. And I learned something from that experience. So I'll tell you the story, because back then I was doing a show for 2,500 semi-inebriated college students. I use the word semi very loosely. And I was doing all the things I do in a hypnosis show. They're milking a cow, they're conducting an orchestra. I've got one guy who thinks he's pregnant. I've got another guy who thinks he's the father. And in the middle of the show, I decided to try something new. So I took one of my subjects and I said, when you wake up, 3 things are going to happen. I said, number 1, you don't believe you're hypnotized, even though you are. I said, number 2, this is the worst show you've ever seen and you are aggravated with me. And I said, number 3, there's an invisible wall 3 feet in front of you. Now remember, I've never done this before. So I wake everybody up. I say, how's everybody doing? And everybody says, we're great. And I hear, you suck. I turn and say, what's the problem? This guy says, you're terrible. I said, well, then leave. The guy gets up. He goes, and he starts pushing and pushing. And he finally gives up. He sits back down. And he starts to cross his arms. And he starts to pout. I said, what's the problem? He goes, nothing. I said, are you hypnotized? He goes, no. I said, are you having fun? He goes, no. I said, well, why don't you leave? The guy thinks for a minute. He goes, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction. And in that moment, I realized something profound. That's all of us. You see, we all have a hope, a dream, a desire, somewhere we want to go, something we want to accomplish, a vision. And we start moving toward that vision, then we hit our invisible walls. And what we don't realize is that effort and pressure and stress don't get us over those walls. What does? Waking up. We need to be awake. Now, unfortunately, most of us spend most of our lives in a trance. We're sleepwalking through life. We're half awake, we're hypnotized, and we're operating on the basic patterns that we were taught without questioning them. And so we become stressed and frustrated. We end up looking at situations the same old way, getting in the same bad relationships, reproducing the same bad jobs, and ending up feeling less than rather than more than, even despite all our effort. Does that make sense? So there are ways we could accomplish the concept of waking up. There are a few. Of course, meditation. How many of you meditate? A few minutes of mindfulness meditation. You can bring meditation to work with you, right? Great sex. Don't bring that to work with you. Magic, awe, astonishment, the power of wonder. Jeff and I talk about the power of wonder. We're talking about a book together about wonder because we think that wonder is such a profound and magical piece of the overall continuum, the overall puzzle of leadership, being able to live your life from a place of wonder. So I thought what I would do is spend a few minutes that I've got with you to share a little wonder with you, do just a few things, maybe a couple of metaphors for what I share, and how we're going to do this. Let's see. All right, you know how magic tricks all work, right? The magician takes out a deck of cards and he holds up the cards and he says, pick a card, any card, don't let me force one on you. But I want to be very fair about this. So rather than having somebody pick a card out physically, I want to let the young lady over here, could you just name any card in the deck, Sarah? Well, you can mail it in, but we don't have that much time. Yeah. Any card with the Ace of Hearts. No, just kidding. So my job, no, that's totally fine. I'm going to try to find the Ace of Hearts. Before I do this, is it your favorite card or do you just think of it off the top of your head? You want to hear a weird coincidence? Shauna, right? She actually had one on the top of her head. Oh, come on, that demands a much better reaction than I got from you guys. Okay, here's what I'm going to do again. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip through the cards like so. And you are? Sandra. Sandra, thank you. Sandra, you just go ahead and say stop. I'll turn my head away because I've seen this trick before.
Stop.
You see that card?
Yes.
Do you want to change your mind?
No.
You're happy with the mind you have?
Yes.
Got to ask, right? Okay. So now you could have picked any of 52 cards in this deck, right? You picked one card. You got one firmly planted in your mind. What I want you to do is to give me the first name. I'll leave these cards over here for a moment. First name of somebody important in your life. This could be a parent, a child, mom, dad, brother, sister. I'm sorry?
Ayrton.
Ayrton. That's a name I've never heard. How do you spell it?
Ayrton.
No way I could have known that. Even if I did, I couldn't have spelled it. Okay. Here you go, Sandra. Ayrton. Ayrton. Is that your son?
Yes.
Ayrton. That leaves this card on top. If that's your card, that would be kind of an amazing trick, right?
Yeah.
Would you be amazed?
Yep.
I know I'd be amazed. This trick never works. What are we looking for?
2 of clubs.
And a very tasty 2 of clubs.
Wow.
Ooh. Let's take it a step further. And you're all by yourself over here. I feel bad for you. I want to come over and... Don't feel bad. Okay. You want to be alone. In fact, sorry. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, what's your... It's Teresa. How are you, Teresa? Pleasure. Where are you from?
Albany.
Okay. Well, you're local. That's good. You don't have to come too far. Teresa, same idea. You say stop anytime.
Stop.
Got it?
Yep.
Don't forget the card, otherwise this trick is even more pointless. Okay? I'm going to leave the cards right over here for just a moment for me, Teresa. And again, rather than give me a name, like Ayrton, give me a number between 1 and 10. Any number between 1 and 10.
On the card or any number?
No, any number.
10.
10. Which is technically not between 1 and 10, but I'm going to let you get away with that. I'm going to let you get away with it. Because you're all by yourself over there. I don't want to make you feel bad. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Okay, Teresa, I'm going to count 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm doing okay? 7, 8, no fancy moves. 9, I don't know the fancy stuff. 10. If that's your card, would that be a pretty cool trick? Is that your card? No, but it would have been a pretty cool trick. That's all I'm saying. Now, what was your card?
5 of spades.
Seriously? This is my lucky day. I always keep a 5 of spades here in this pocket. Ooh. See, if you always keep one in your pocket, you're always a step ahead. So let's say I take the 5 of spades, and Joanne, I put that 5 of spades back in the deck under your close and watchful eye. Is there any way to get it in my pocket now?
No.
No, because you're watching the deck too close.
Watching the deck too close.
Which makes it very hard to get rid of the whole deck. Ooh. Yeah, the rest of the deck went in my pocket. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Now, as I do these things, the one message I try to leave everybody with is this, and it is that don't believe everything you think. Right? We tend to believe our own minds. We believe in our own limitations. We believe in our own negativity. Don't believe everything you think, because there's a lot that's going on that you don't realize is going on. Besides that, if you become the kind of person who's fully awake, you start communicating more effectively with other people, don't you? Because you can see how they're responding to you. You could feel their energy, and you can give them energy back again. Quite often, some of the worst leaders that we've had in our lives are the people who have no idea how you're reacting to them. You want to be fully awake, fully aware, and in that way, you're able to spot certain things. So how many of you have ever heard of subcommunication, the idea of subcommunication? Another word for it is nonverbal communication.
Oh, okay.
We're constantly subcommunicating, meaning we're communicating to others without actually verbalizing what we're saying. In fact, some of us say one thing, we mean another. Anybody here know what Southern polite is? Hi, darling. How you doing? It's so nice to see you. Right? Bless you. Yeah. Don't let him ever say bless your heart. If they say, because they say bless his heart, he says dumb as a box of rocks. Right? Bless her heart. She's an absolute slut. Don't say that. That's not. So instead, so what we do is we monitor our own ability to communicate. We monitor our own ability to know how other people are communicating. And it's profound to realize how much we're giving away, how much we're expressing without realizing we're expressing it. So I want to give you an example of that. And if I could with you, Peggy. I'm going to go ahead, the same idea. Just say stop anytime. I'll flip real quick.
Stop.
You got one card.
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to change your mind?
Nope.
You're happy with the mind you have?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Wasn't funny the first time. It's not funny the second time. Peggy, I want you to look right over here. Okay, I'm going to look at your eyes. In fact, if you would take your glasses off for just a moment, I could see your pupils. Okay, red, black, red, black, red, black. It's a red card. Hearts, diamonds, hearts, diamonds, hearts. It's a heart. Am I correct? A heart? Yep. Odd, even, odd, even, odd. I'm getting, it's neither. It must be a picture card. So I'm making a jack, queen, or king, jack, queen, king. Is that king of hearts? Is it king of hearts?
Yep.
Thank you. Wow. There's no trick to that. There's no trick to that. That's just the way it works. I believe we're all magic, in fact. I really do. I think we all have the capacity to be magical beings, meaning we're able to get to the source, the heart of who we are. If you lead with the heart, if you lead from the soul, then you can produce magical experiences. I want to prove that with one more person, if I could. Who wants to try this one out with me? I've got to get you up here. Come on up. Yeah. I might get you for the next one, okay? Okay. You are Virginia. Virginia, what a pleasure. Stand this side of me. Virginia, let's give Virginia a great big hand. As a matter of fact, you sit down right over here. Make yourself comfortable on the chair. Just sit. Good, good, good. Now, Virginia, I want you to be the magician because my premise, my principle is that we're all magicians in a way, right? We all have a magical essence, a persona, an ability to be magical people. So I'm going to give you the cards, Virginia. I want you to spread them out and ask me to pick a card. Are you left-handed?
No.
No, because you spread them funny. You spread them backwards. Okay, ask me to show the card to everybody else, but not to you.
Can you show the card to everyone else, but not to you?
Don't be looking at don't look at the camera. You guys all got it? It's a good one, actually. Okay. Okay, ask me to sign my name on the card and put it back in the deck.
You sign your name on the card and place it back in the deck.
Okay, good. Put it back together. And now say, I am now going to make your card disappear.
I'm now going to make your card disappear.
Okay, do it. Yeah. Well, you want a magic wand here. You wave a magic wand over it. Okay, now say, how'd you do that? That's really cool. Don't even tell her. Okay, say, I'm going to now make your card disappear.
Sorry?
Say, I've now made your card disappear.
Now I've made your card disappear.
Okay, and say, and you can take a look through, see if it's there.
I don't know what it is.
It's the only signed card in the deck.
I don't see it.
You don't see it. Say, I've made it disappear.
I've made it disappear.
Say, that's because.
Because I can do magic.
Right, well, that's because.
That's because it disappeared.
No, that's because you're sitting on it. Although it went right through the chair, look underneath the chair and hold it up. Is that it? Nicely done. Thank you so much. Beautifully done. Okay. Before I leave you, I want to share one more concept with you, and I think it's an important concept for us as leaders, and that is that none of us are as smart as all of us. Right? We work better in groups and community. Crowdsourcing our ideas and our thoughts is a very important thing. Wouldn't you agree? How many of you ever saw the TED Talk with the ox? Wasn't that the coolest thing? This guy comes out on stage with an ox, an actual ox, a real live ox. And he asks the audience to vote in on what they think this ox weighs. Did you see this, Sharon? 500 people in the audience. They're all texting in their guess of what the ox weighs, and the texts come in, and then somebody calculates the average of what the audience came up with. 500 people. 500 people came up with this. They said that 500 people averaged 1,795 pounds. That's what the average number was for the ox. You know what the ox weighed? 1,792 pounds.
Oh, wow.
None of us are as smart as all of us. Now, unfortunately, I have to apologize for this, but I couldn't bring an ox today. So I thought I would do something slightly different. So what I'm going to do is we're going to work together. We're going to see if we can do kind of a crowdsourced concept. And we're going to make up a number. It's going to be between 1 and 1,000,000. So we'll start with the number 1. And now I need somebody else to give me a digit. 5. I got a 5 from over here. All right, so I'll put a 5. A 2?
22.
Well, just one digit, darling. You only don't get greedy.
All right.
2? A single digit. What did you say? We got a 6. Okay. What else we have?
8.
I got an 8 and I heard a 3. Is that okay? 152683. Now, was it Jonathan? You've been holding a piece of paper for me, right? It's been in your back pocket. Can you get up now and bring it over here? Okay. Could you hold it up and show everybody what it is? Give Jonathan a hand for coming up. Okay. All right. Now, what Jonathan has is a group of 4 numbers. Each of them is a 5-digit number. Jonathan, I'm going to have you copy these numbers on here. So I'll read them to you. Just can you get over there in that space? All right. And the first one is 32591. Make sure you have room to put 4 numbers, right? You're going to have 3 more underneath that, right? Okay. And then 26385. I want to make sure I'm not cheating anybody here. 26385, right? 41572. Right? And 52135. Am I correct? 52135. No trickery here at all. You got all 4 numbers? Okay, put a line under it. Don't fall off the stage, darn. There we go. Okay, put a line at the bottom. How are you at mathematics? Not that good. We're going to have to do this together then. Have a seat. Give Jonathan a hand. Let's work together, shall we? 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 5 is 13. Okay, carry the 1. We got 1 is 10, plus 8 is 18, plus 7 is 25, plus 3 is 28. Okay, carry the 2. 2 and 5 is 7, plus 3 is 10, plus 5 is 15, 16, so that's a 6. Carry the 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11. How are we doing this now?
3, 9, 10,
12, right? Okay, 12, carry the 1, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 1 is 15. Anybody notice anything here? 152-683, crowdsourcing works. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Now, before I go, I just want to take a brief moment. And first of all, thank you all and let you know this is going to be a remarkable day. I do have a couple copies of my books to give away. One of them is my book, is Buddha in the Trenches. It's about peak performance under pressure. It's about becoming conscious, awake, and mindful. Who wants this one? I saw you first. Okay. Let's give it to you. Okay. Give it to her. The second one is my first book, #1 bestseller on Amazon. It was called Unhypnosis, How to Wake Up, Start Over, and Create the Life You're Meant to live. I'm not going to do you because I'm going to give you one anyway. Let's go ahead. There we go. And this is for you, darling. Let's give it a hand for that as well. I do have one more gift for everybody. One more real quick gift. Okay. Get out your phones. Text the word focus to 72000, 72000. What I'm giving you is a 10-minute power break audio recording, a self-hypnosis recording to help you to recharge your mental batteries, get through your day, and to be able to approach everything that you do with an open mind and an open heart.
What's the number again?
Number is 72000. How are we doing on time? Could I say a poem?
You're all set?
Okay.
Do a little interview.
Okay, let's do an interview. You're texting the word focus to 72000. It may take a few minutes before it bounces back to you, but you'll get something. Thank you. Sharon.